guys, it's Stranger9 and today I'm going to be explaining how to set up Xbox Connect to play Halo 2 on the Xbox 360. So I know that I've been seeing quite a few views have been on my Halo 2 video in 2012, and I just want to explain setting up Xbox Connect and show you guys that it's not quite as difficult as most people make it out to be if you know a few things. So we're going to get started by talking about the hardware setup. Now this video is going to be divided into three parts. The first part is going to be the hardware setup, the second part is going to be the software setup, and the third part is going to be actual gameplay showing you that this works pretty much. So let's talk about the hardware setup first. Now I'm going to be describing two methods, both of which I've used. The first method is connecting your Xbox 360 via an Ethernet cable to a laptop. Now to utilize this method, which is the method I use first and probably the method that is the easiest for most people to use simply because most people do have a laptop and an Xbox, what you need to do is connect your laptop to your Xbox 360 with an Ethernet cable. You need to go to the start menu. This is all if you have Windows 7 at least. So, but it's not very much different in other operating systems. So you go to your control panel, okay? And once you go to your control panel, you go to Network and Internet, at which point you go to Network and Sharing Center, and you go to this, Change Adapter Settings, okay? Now, right here I have Local Area Connection. If you were using a laptop, it would be your wireless card. And what you want to do is you want to right click on that. Okay? And what you're going to see is a couple things you can do here. Bridge connections, which you can use, or properties, which is what I recommend. So left click on properties. What you're going to see at this point is networking and sharing. You don't want to mess with these settings. You want to go to sharing. And what you're going to see is internet connection sharing. Now, when I had started out using Xbox Connect with a laptop and my Xbox 360, this is what I did. What you need to do is check this. Okay? This allows other network users to connect with this computer's internet connection. Pretty much what this means is it allows your Xbox 360 to use your laptop's wireless chip to access the internet. Okay? There are disadvantages to this. You have to have your laptop in pretty close proximity to your Xbox 360, obviously, because you're running the Ethernet cable. Another disadvantage is that there's a little bit of introduced latency because you're using the laptop's wireless card. And a third problem is that in some cases this won't work because your wireless card is not supported by Xbox Connect. Now, this is, like I said, the easier method, but this is not the better method. The better method I'm going to show you next is using a router to configure Xbox Connect. Now, to do this, basically, you have your Xbox connected via an Ethernet cable to a router, and you have a desktop computer connected to an Ethernet cable via a router. Now, pretty much this is the setup I'm utilizing now. This makes things way easier because your router basically acts as a bridge, just like we were bridging there in internet connection settings, and basically allows your Xbox Connect to find your Xbox, more or less. Okay, so that's the way I would recommend, but obviously I wanted to give you multiple options. A third option that I'm going to talk about, but I personally never use, so I can't help you with, is using a wired connection to connect your Xbox to your router, but then using a wireless chip to connect your desktop PC or laptop PC. Now this can work in certain cases. It's a lot more advanced, the setup, and a secondary problem is that only certain wireless cards will allow this. Now you say, well, how do I know if my wireless card will allow this? What you need to do is go to Xbox, or go to Google, type in Xbox Connect with a C, just like I have here. Scroll down and go to this website, www.xbconnect.com. Okay, and this is starting now into the software section of the video. Once I talk about basically For the third method, you want to go to forms and then look up the wireless card that works. And there are several, and ask people questions on how to set that up. It is a little bit more complicated. The methods that I've described are much, much simpler. So let's go on into the software section of this video. Now, in the software, what I want to do is go to Xbox Connect, so www.xbconnect.com. I want to go to Downloads. Okay, now what you're going to see here is Xbox Connect 5.2 skin for high-end PC, Xbox 5.2 skinless for mid to low-end PC. Just get the high-end PC skin version. I've seen it work on virtually any computer, so just do that. Okay, so you click that, you say save file. It's gonna, install. Obviously I already have it, so I don't need to do that. And you also want to do this, open up in a new tab. You want to open up WinPCAP 4.1.2. It will say that you may not need this. There's an inbuilt driver, but I highly recommend downloading this. I find that it's much more stable than the built-in driver. So go ahead and download this WinPCAP, install that. It's very simple, okay? So once you got those two things, you're now going to have an icon on your desktop that looks like this. This is Xbox Connect. I'm going to double left click, and it boots up Xbox Connect. Now you see here that it says that I need a password and profile. So I go to create a new Xbox Connect ID, or I go back to Mozilla Firefox and I just go to register. This is very simple. It's just like creating a new email address. Same basic stuff, just enter in a couple little fields and you proceed and you got your account, and that's all there is to that. Okay, so we've done that now. Now I log in. Okay? Now what you're going to see when I log in is basically a large number of games. Okay? And this is all the games that work with Xbox Connect. But the one we're worried about is Halo 2. So as you see right now, we have one host playing Halo 2. Now this is because it's around 8 o'clock in the morning. If it was at night, you would have like maybe 10 hosts or something. So you refresh. Now this is very important to understand about Xbox Connect. I'm going to start to describe some things that you're seeing here. Okay. So here you see the server name, basically the guy's name, what he called the server, okay? Then you see the ping. This is very, very important. You're going to have basically 3 classes of ping. Under 100 ping, which are mainly US connections. Over 100 and let's say 75 ping, which are normally, let's say, Colombian connections or Mexican connections, or let's say Finnish connections, Europe, South America, Central America, that type of thing. It's a good distance away. So obviously you want to select US connections if they are available. Generally US players play at night, where obviously people in other countries play at different times. So there's a couple things you're going to need to do though. If you want to have a ping filter, you can set it to whatever you want. So to see only really good connections, let's say you put 125, okay? I'm not going to do that right now because I need to connect to this server, and this has a ping of 199. Okay, so let me just describe very quickly the ping. If it's under 200, generally the game will be pretty good, not very laggy. If it's over 200 but less than 300, you're going to start seeing some significant lag. If it's over 300, don't even try to join the lobby because it will not connect, or if it does connect, the game will be horrible. Okay? Now I need to describe, and generally on ping, try to shoot for between 100 and 150, or under 100 if you can get it. Okay, so this is actually connecting to lobbies. Now you can go to this little tab, and this actually allows you to host a game, which obviously your ping is going to be non-applicable like this host would be. But that's outside the topic of this video. Maybe I'll do a second video on how to host a game. So I'm going to tell this guy, I'll join in 1 minute. Okay, so he's doing 1v1s. So anyway, at this point, you see the ping auto updated. But before you go into a lobby, you need to do something very important. And what you need to do is go to Tools, go to Find, and put My Console. Now what you're going to see at this point is these two devices. Now don't worry about which device is your Xbox. Just click them both if they're not already checked, okay? And then hit OK. At this point, it is going to try to find your console. But this is very, very important. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just minimize this real quick. Minimize that. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to start up game capture because there's something very important I need to show you. It will not find your console unless you're in a very specific section in the game lobby. Okay, so this screen you're seeing right here is exactly where you want to be. So let me show you basically what we're talking about here. So I back out here. I back out here, keep backing out. Okay, so let's say I just entered Halo 2, okay? So basically, yeah, sign me out. Sorry guys, there's a little bit of screen latency because this is through my recording device, but this is a good thing basically to show you guys what we need to be talking about, okay? So let's say, okay, first when we're going into Halo 2, it'll say, yeah, you want to sign me out because I want to show you guys that real quick. Okay. Okay, so let's say I press start at this point. Okay, so at this point it's going to say sign me in, and you see now I went to Hydra 9 there. Then it's going to say sign in to Xbox Live. I'm going to say stringent, oh no, I'm going to say don't sign in, okay? Because I don't want to sign in to Xbox Live. I wanted to sign in just to a local profile because Xbox Live is no longer working. Okay, so then at this screen, which is very, very important, I want to hit System Link. Sorry guys if you've had some feedback from the TV. I'm just having audio up to help show you guys what you need to do. So at this screen you want to hit OK. So you went to System Link, you went to that, and you went basically through System Link to available games. Now this is very, very important. You want to search Xbox Connect when you're at this screen, okay? If you're not at the screen, it's not going to work. It's not going to find your console. So at this point you want to go into Xbox Connect. Let's see here. Alright. Let's get this maximized. Okay, you want to go into Xbox Connect. You want to go into Tools, Find My Console. Now, I'm not going to hit OK, but this is what's going to get me to find my console because it takes several minutes to find your console in certain cases. But this will find my console because I'm at the correct screen and I've got the correct setup. Okay, so once I've done that, then I can enter into this lobby. So I double left click the lobby, okay, and it's connecting to the host. Now at this point you're going to see several things. You're going to see the console traffic and you're going to see internet traffic and game detected. You want to see two of those things. Now this is very common when there's a high latency like this. That will happen where basically I can't join the game. So I'm gonna message him and say, can you set up a new lobby? Okay, he's actually logged off Halo 2, which is kind of bad for setup purposes. But basically what I just did there, clicked onto that, and that will be able to join a game now. Now let me show you where it would come up. When I clicked onto that and it said console traffic and it said internet traffic, then I would see a game right under this create new game. There would actually be a game I can enter. Now I audio recorded a game before, a little bit earlier today, And so at this point in the video, I'm going to actually show you what that would look like, so you guys can get a sense of what you would need to do at that point. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Hopefully it has helped you set up Xbox Connect if you haven't done so already. And definitely, I'm going to basically, show you the gameplay of a game. And I just hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment or a like if you do like this video. And if you have any questions on further setup of Xbox Connect, then just send me a comment on YouTube. Alright guys, thanks a lot. See you next time.
Slayer. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Gained the lead. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Gained the lead. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Gained the lead. Killing spree. game.